Hello, everyone, and welcome to Crit Happens, the show where a bunch of noob IRL bards get together and play Dungeons and Dragons. Once again, I am TJ, and I serve as our table's dungeon master, joined by this table of phenomenal individuals. We're going to go ahead and jump right back into Albastia this week. So, last time we began in the tavern and indoor as the party prepared to make for Senros. After a morning news update and breakfast, the party met a local Loxodon rancher who sold them several horses and a high-end carriage for a very reasonable price. They then collected their fugitive friends and began to travel. About three-quarters of the way to Senros, the party encountered an odd tavern made of wood and weird metal additions, literally in the middle of nowhere, which they decided to avoid completely. The party then continued along the path to Senros, where you eventually met with Atlas and settled on moving the Forgotten Below to the city. It was decided it would be moved here under the guise of a new Wulf Stonehammer tavern expansion. And after spending some time exploring the university, separating a bit, whether it be to purchase books or to meet old friends, Wulf, Lauchen, and Lily made their way to the local uni bar, where, after a few moments, Wulf bought the tavern. We pick up now as the party awakens in your rooms in the uni bar. So, each of you waking up in your private quarters. Is there anything you wish to do before going downstairs for your private breakfast?
Private.
Sorry, it's a complimentary breakfast, but you had to dig at my words.
I was like, private.
I had already started planning out how to, make that make sense, but yeah. Sorry, free breakfast.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my general getting ready stuff.
Braiding a beard.
Braiding the beard, putting my hair up,
Okay.
cleaning myself, all that good stuff.
Anything for you, Lily?
Where's the perfume? Why not?
As you're spraying Hawthorne comes up and nuzzles your feet.
Hug him.
And you look at him, he looks at you with dead eyes and just sighs loudly.
I could assume that's yes.
He sticks a tongue out at you like,
I don't.
Rauva, anything for you this morning?
Yeah, wash up. I think I'm actually gonna do something with my hair this time. So, I grabbed two strands of hair on the side, kind of braid them and tie them into one single, tie, I guess. One single spot at the back of my head. That's it.
Fair enough.
Instead of just having it flow. Then I grab Stella, head out.
Okay. So, making your way back down into the bar. It is private because every room was purchased for you. So there's no one else here eating currently, as the tavern closes in the mornings for just guests. The Goliath woman is not present. However, there are several college-age individuals, one of which being human, one of which being looks to be a bright red tiefling, and another looks to be a drow. The drow is the only one not wearing a symbol of nobility. They all come out and began to take orders for breakfast. The human looks at all of you. All right, then, breakfast for the party. What would you like? We'll start with you there.
I want veggies for my bunny.
Veggies for the bunny. And for you, then,
Maybe like
a singular potato. Just raw? Cooked?
what am I, an animal?
No, of course not. A valued guest.
You're darn right. Now bring me a big potato.
You got it. And you.
American continental breakfast.
All right, then. What is American? Viridian Continental. You got it.
Yes.
And you.
Just the general whatever you usually.
Meat, potatoes, eggs. And you then, it looks to the old Sam Elliott looking man, who doesn't have blood behind his ear anymore. What very potatoes? Somehow I saw that coming. Looks down to Lao Chen, who For you, sir. And Lauchen just sort of like scratches his forehead and looks up. I'll do fish. Just fish. Right? It's fish inland, got it. And you and Farron's like looking at Lauchen disgusted, like, what's wrong with you then? Right, I'll do just like a biscuit and maybe some ham to the side.
Biscuit.
There we go. And right, have it right out. And he and his friends scurry off, leaving you all to the table alone. Farron leans in. So what are we going to do today then? I guess head back to speak with Atlas. Have you purchased the bar?
I have.
This one.
Yes.
And the staff.
At least the bartender will still be working for me. Once my staff from my other bar and my family get here, they'll be running it. But the bartender will stay on at least for a time.
Right then.
And it can run itself while we're gone.
I assume so. And now did you get your books, everything you needed? You need to go to the other store. Right? Did you learn anything?
A little. Not a whole lot.
Sorry to hear that. And do you have anything in particular you need to do? I know you're from here, so... And I've been full-time in college then.
Look, if you're a bard in college,
You're in Bard College.
I do want to go to the bookstore again.
To the same one? Okay. You want to do that before or after heading to the Atlas?
I don't really care.
Your meals are brought out to you, and you all are free to eat. Is there any conversation you all wish to have for breakfast this morning?
so Alice said that we're going to be going out to town to recruit. Is that what he said?
Lauchen leans forward. Oh yes, that's what he said. He plans for us to continue to go out a bit. Well, no, maybe not all of us, but some of us. To go out and see what there is elsewhere, and maybe try to recruit an organ if we can. And he did say he's got a few contacts there.
Cool.
Well, I'm just wondering what our next job is.
Well, it could just be him telling us to go to adventure and see what we can find out there first. You kind of need to make a name. Well, you all need to make a name for yourselves. I think I'm going to be staying here with Zutza most likely. Till we can find a way to clear her name and make her free again.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I assume he's going to have you all go out and make a name for yourselves as true saviors for the Empire. So you can begin recruiting people to go against the Empire.
Yes. I mean, there's plenty of room in the upstairs if you need a place to stay during that time.
I imagine that's probably what it'll be, securing our residence. For all I know, I might be helping out your family around the bar. I can pull off a good drunk. And he looked through Rauva.
I knew it. I knew it was fake.
So, as you all finish your meals, you all make way towards the Magist school. Okay. Going back in, it's just as busy and vibrant as it was before. There are plenty of people here, some studying. In fact, in the courtyard, there's like a class of people that has a small gnomish teacher, and it is a Magus class. And currently she's talking about all the elements of nature. She seems to be giving a lesson on... actually, make an Arcana check. All of you.
9.
Really?
20 total.
22.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So you recognize this to be most likely her teaching about evocation. Which is something you've explored a little bit of. You're not extremely familiar, but curious.
Yes.
And the rest of you just hear, in class, this is essentially, around you is nature, and from nature we pull elements and bits and pieces, and from there we can make things appear, we can make things utilize, we can, and she snaps a finger and a ball of fire appears in her hand. Pull fire from the sun into our hands, and she reaches it into the water and pulls out like a cube of water. Bits of water from the air or from a fountain. And she makes both vanish. We take things from around us and turn it into evocation magic. Get your quills out. And they all get into their satchels and get ready. The rest of you make your way into the mage's school itself.
Tragic.
Making your way up the long 13 flight of stairs. There are a few times you see like a very like poorly dressed mage go running down the stairs like they're late for a class or something. Or a few of them like essentially wearing shades like they had a long night out the night before. And hobbling down.
None of us have ever been in that situation.
Never.
Either one.
Never. Not even once.
Normally because I'm late, I just don't go. That's just me. But eventually you find yourselves outside of the large purple door. And one of you knock, I assume. But the mic caught that one. Alright, and the door opens slowly, and Atlas is currently like standing over his podium, looks like he's taking some notes, and turns around. Oh, my friends, nice to see you again. And he waves a hand as the door closes behind you, and he... So, the bar is purchased.
Yes.
What was the cost of that?
40,000, as well as we're going to keep the bartender on at least for a time.
Right.
Just to pay off the rest, but so she still is employed, but I'm still going to bring in my family to run things and such.
And what sorts of renovations do you think it will need? Just give us a rundown of what you think it's going to take to get it to where you need it.
Well, what do you think it will take? The main thing I can think of is you're likely going to want to set up shop for the Forgotten Below in the basement.
Right, so we'll need to set the door there
Yes.
rather than a curtain.
Yes. I was thinking of sort of posing it as a VIP area, as obviously it will be very exclusive to get into, and people won't go poking around it too much.
When what they have planned, maybe you all would make sense to be VIP in that facility. So.
Well, especially since I own it.
You especially, but I mean mostly the rest of you. I could be VIP as I am the dean of the college. So.
Yes.
Oh, not to speak too highly of myself, but
But just setting up down there the way you would like it. There is a small room in the back that would be great for a war room or more bedrooms in case you need it or something like that.
and for for size, is the size functional?
The size is functional. There's a 60 by 60,
Downstairs?
Yeah.
40 by 40.
40 by 40
And then 20 by 20
rooms,
rooms.
and then a 20 by 20 room.
And the tavern itself is large enough to hold the large groups if we need it.
Yes.
Alright.
7 rooms.
Okay, I know there are two shops next door on either side, one on each.
Yes.
So we need to try to purchase one or both of those to expand. We can certainly do so.
Oh, and I have an idea for a sign.
Okay.
Obviously, I have a name already.
Alright.
I'm just gonna pass him the slip of paper that I've been working on it on.
And he chuckles a bit. Sure, I mean, it's your tavern, so.
It's in Dwarvish, so
Right.
it doesn't have to be. We can put it in common so more people know what it is. But
Might help. Not many in Severa speak Dwarvish.
I'm not surprised. But
Perhaps, so, there's a glass door. Maybe on top of that we can put an inset, like gold framing, with your logo, and then put on the logo in common and underneath it in quotation marks in Dwarvish. Or like an extension of, and then put the Dwarvish.
Or we could just have the normal logo and have around it in common.
That could work as well. So the reason I ask is because if you need more funds to to renovate or anything, let me know. I'll fund that on behalf of the Forgotten Below.
The only thing I can think of is the sign and however you want to set up the basement.
And there's already like furniture in the basement.
No. There's boxes.
Go ahead and he waves his fingers a bit in the air, and then goes like that, and a sack appears in his hand. He hands it to you. That's 10,000 gold. Use that to purchase furniture, do any renovations necessary, both upstairs and below. Let me know if you need more.
Okay.
Um,
were you able to contact my family and let them know that they will be moving here?
yes, they began working on packing some things up. They should be here in the next week.
Okay.
Which reminds me, are there rooms for them there?
Yes.
Okay.
There's. The boys may have to double up, but that's not the problem.
If nothing else, we can, like I said, expand the inn portion by purchasing one of the next door facilities and turn that into more of a living situation for you and your family, and then stay in the upstairs rooms for whenever the rest of you are here.
As well as the rest of my. Were you able to.
We'll be bringing Crow.
Crow?
Yes.
Not the other two.
No, they're going to stay there and sort of run shop and train my people.
Okay.
So, the rest of you, did you have fun exploring the city a bit? Did you go see Bards and Nobles? You really should try it sometime. And you? Did you meet your friend?
Oh, yes.
Great. We met a few times. Friendly, sure, why not? I mean, I'm not friends with anyone. Maybe not Hasatan, but
Nice.
maybe not so much Atlan either, but we butt heads pretty good.
No, you don't like.
We butt heads on many issues because he believes he's stronger of a mage than I am.
Interesting.
I suppose you're wondering what's next. Do you have anything in mind you'd like to do? I know we talked about individual plans and goals, but do you have an idea for what you want to do on behalf of the Forgotten Below from here?
Right now, recruit new members or something.
Okay. Rauva, do you have anything? But you're the most intelligent of us all, so.
I'm really not.
Favorite has told me much things about you.
I'm not very intelligent.
It's like Sydney has no ideas.
Any idea what I wanted to do?
Okay.
Because the only thing that she's really interested in is meeting Thyron, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's for after. It's not really pertaining to what we're doing now.
Okay.
But just wherever you want me to go.
Maybe
Alright.
we could start small with recruiting. Well, since you're recruiting, magic users, we could try finding people who want to express their religious beliefs publicly.
The biggest issue with that, the biggest place with that issue is Orvin.
Yeah.
One thing is this: I have Lauchin here. I can keep Fader here. Unless you need him for anything. I'm working on absolving Zatsa, or finding a solution to where she can roam a bit. I think. I'm sure Lauchin has already told you we had a long conversation about this morning. The best idea might be for you all to go and be you all a bit. I explained to the king in your resignation, as I met with him earlier, last night, a bit about that you found a new calling in adventuring. You found a group of friends that make you, or a group of individuals that help you and have mutual goals. And that you found that adventuring is something you want to explore for a bit, which he was receptive of. After all, you're nobility, so he has no reason to stop you. But then he also had the idea that perhaps I had the idea, sorry, that you all go out and be an adventuring group for a while. At least frontwardly. Investigate things, visit some places, explore. See what you can do to help out those in need. Specifically those in need that benefit our cause. And when you help them, tell them where to find us. Send them our way so that we may grow. And then, in a few months, perhaps, with my new council helping me lead the Forgotten Below, we could investigate more and possibly grow. And possibly start trying to see if we can turn a larger portion of the Empire against it. Or plan an assassination attempt on Atlan or something. I don't know.
Nice.
You got that prepared.
Like I said, we butt heads a lot.
Jeez.
Sorry. Which people here killed 75 people in the last week?
Couldn't be
Look.
me.
My
Iris really
idea
likes you.
just kind of went.
Iris told me about you not stopping it.
So you do talk to her.
We said we've spoken before. Is there anything you all have against this idea? I know it seems weird to have you all hyped up to start this rebellion thing. But it's not a rebellion. It's an insurgence. Things start small. You guys made a huge step, kind of screwed over a lot of my plans, which is fine. You saved my people. So now we continue the grassroots. We have you guys super spies.
I don't know. It feels like we're an incompetent insurgents.
To me, this is still my insurgents. Incompetent. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we're just kind of messing things up. We have a dementia guy here with us.
She's like,
Yeah.
You've met Farron.
who?
Farron.
Oh, wait. He's competent.
None of us know what we're doing. I can't even read a map correctly. We're just incompetent.
That is also part of my thought. You're not incompetent, but you're new. You're new to each other. You're new to magic. You're new to all of it. We still have Chuck here who can't cast a spell without maybe turning someone into, I don't know, a dragon or something. I'm terrified of him. I have a lot of things that I can work and improve on. Theron has things he can improve on. He says with a very stern tone and looks to Theron, who again sort of skulks down and looks down at his feet. Nevertheless, sending you all out to be people before you be leaders of possibly a war, who knows. There's also some artifacts out there I'm interested in. Bits of memories of the gods. There are gods still walking among us, from what I understand you all could find. There's a lot to learn. So, perhaps the best idea is for you all to go to Orvin from here. See what people of religion you can help. Send them my way, and then go from there. Does that sound like a fair plan?
So,
Are there any resources or training or help I can give you now?
maybe just some foods, because we've been about actions.
Oh, yeah. I'll have your cards.
Nothing really I can think of now.
Rauva, anything for you? Okay. Would you all like for Farron to go with you or stay here? It's sort of whatever at this point for me.
Bring them.
Farron, how do you feel?
Bullied. I feel outcast. I feel like I could help you all quite a bit. So I'll come along for the ride for a bit more. Only because I want to prove that I'm better than you.
Like that'll happen.
We'll see.
And maybe along the way you'll admit that you have.
I don't want you to finish that sentence.
Well,
Atlas looks at you, sort of grins. Well, you have the way to contact me if necessary. I can, and you all hear in your brains, speak to you if I need to.
And this. Pick up.
You hold the cup up.
Wait.
So, please, Rauva, perhaps after a while of travel, Theron will be wise enough for me to allow him to experiment a bit for himself, and I can start to show you a few things that I have in mind for you. In the meantime, I task you, not a student of mine, but a eventual learner, help them, and gestures to all the magic users. You're broken. You said yourself you're incompetent, right?
I can't help with that.
Obviously. That's why I'm sending Farron. Farron looks at you with a, poop-eating grin, just...
Aaron can't help anyone. He's not even smarter than me, honestly.
Oh, it's a social bug. You saw me speaking to an elf yesterday.
I can be social too.
I'd like to see that happen. Sorry, what did you say? Like that'll ever happen?
It will.
Anyways. Atlas turns to you. Whatever you didn't use for the renovations, you may use what's remaining for the party travel cost. Should you need anything, please reach out. Eventually, I'm sure we'll see you again. You're all mostly competent travelers. If there's nothing else, I'd like to speak with a couple of you individually. Actually, each of you individually, minus Chuck. So, can I get you all a roll initiative?
I just want to go to the bookstore.
That's all you're thinking about?
Yeah.
6.
23.
Go first. Bravo, I'll speak with you first. You seem to have...
I did do that. I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah. You seem to be preoccupied anyway.
Bookstore.
Do you say that?
Yeah. I want to go to the bookstore.
You can go as soon as I finish talking to you. You can take Theron with you for all I care. He and I had our conversations early this morning.
It will give me a chance to prove him wrong.
So everyone else clears out. I assume that you guys are kind of wait in the hallway.
It's
like-
Yeah, I guess I'm like,
You're in the hallway outside of the dean's office.
Yeah.
And he sits down behind his desk and gestures a chair in front of him.
I'm sweaty.
So, what is your preferred magic?
Chronergy.
What draws you to Theron? Dyrr.
Dyrr. I think her developments in chronergy and her understanding of it. I read her journal quite a bit, and I read about her in the Book of Deities. And so, she just really spoke to me.
The rest of your friends are, shall we say, duller than you are. But I believe that this Shivari, which I have not spoken about with them,
Mhm.
because I don't want to frighten them,
I'm frightened.
she will come back.
I know.
She will be a problem. So be aware. Keep your guard up. And if she appears, do not try to take her on yourselves.
Yeah,
She is a god. She will kill all of you.
I know.
You've got a barbarian that is wise, but would probably jump at the opportunity to put an axe into it. Control them a bit. Focus on teaching the magic, and if she appears, call me. You have to admit, it'd be nice to watch me and her go at it, right?
It would.
So,
I would be lying if I said it didn't cross my mind.
perhaps if she arrives, call me. I'll bring that stuff and Lauchin, and they would protect you while I try to fend her off while you leave. Let's not speak of her very often. Right? Continue studying there. There's something there. Promise you that.
Yeah, when I spoke to her, she seemed a bit new. As am I, but
She's not the only deity that walks. There are a lot. So just keep your eyes open, and if you find one, mention me, see if they know who I am, and if so, tell them I'd like to speak with them. As many gods as I can get on my side, considering the fact that Azazel is against religion, I imagine they'd come my way. Is there anything pressing on your mind?
no.
Me.
Literally presses on down.
Like, is there anything here?
What are your highest level of thoughts right now? Other than bookstore. Like, bookstore?
I don't know. Highest? What do you mean?
Like, what would be Rauva's, like, so there's bookstore, and, like, what are her, like, biggest concerns right now?
Probably the Thyron.
Okay.
And I guess since he mentioned it, like, starting to, like, after this, being able to work with him, that'd probably be another thing that's on my mind.
So, as you're sort of walking to the door,
Mhm.
by the way, you will work with me. I could hear that. And he swings his hand and the door opens. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Lily.
Okay. And they'll just tap Lily. Be like, your turn.
Oh god, am I in trouble?
I wasn't to your bookstore travels in a minute.
I don't think so. Have fun! And I start walking down the stairs.
Get the seats.
Can I ask two of you to leave the table for a few moments? So, as Lily walks out, she was asked to send you in.
Get the hell in there. Don't worry, on your back, not your face.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk in.
The door closes behind you. Hello, my friend!
How are you?
Please have a seat.
I'm gonna sit down.
So, I understand your son is interested in magic.
Yes.
Do you know what kind?
I do not. Honestly, it's just something I recently learned about. I know that he has gotten a few books and has been trying to teach himself.
Are you comfortable if I have a few conversations with him?
Of course.
There are two main academies here, both of which can teach most forms of magic, unless he's like bound to a demon or something.
I very much hope that is not the case, seeing as my family is bound already to a god. But
What it is then?
yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. And I'll just take off my coat and hang it over the back of the chair.
If he is bound to a demon, I might have a trainer in mind. Now, as for the bar, is there anything you need me to take care of there?
Just as far as if you could just let me know the kind of stuff that you would like to have in the basement, then I can go ahead and procure those things, or if you want to do that yourself.
I'll send a list over. Your daughter's quite keen at running taverns, no?
Yes, she's quite good at it, actually. She's who I set in charge of uh, my my tavern in that front. So
Perhaps I'll give her the coin. Well, give her half the coin that I gave you. And I'll give her the list. She can.
okay.
That way you can leave in the next day or two. That's really all I needed, unless there's anything you need from me. Or any questions you might have.
Um, you just mentioned something about gods walking among us.
Right.
While I've been worshipping him my whole life, unfortunately, it's pretty hard to learn about deities in this land.
In many ways it is, yes.
Is there anything you could tell me about Honey's Say?
From what I understand, Honeysex sat on the Council of the Divine for majority of its creation. If that's the system of belief that you subscribe to. He sat and helped run the Rangast Empire when it was in charge. Of course, most deities were on that council. He was selected for his knowledge of merchantry and craftsmanship, and was the original master crafter, essentially, for a bastion. Beyond that, I don't much know.
That's about as much as I know.
I'm sure there's information out there somewhere. I know that he is also the deity with the least information written on him, other than Shivani herself. So,
Of course. And just again about my son. Is there a way that you can make sure he practices magic safely? I know that
I will have a
we
conversation.
kind of did.
My aides have told me that he is nice. He has special intuition called aids.
Yeah, Finland has AIDS.
My aides have told me that he is unwilling to take the nobility title.
Yeah.
They will have a conversation. Whether it be him not claiming it, but having a fake nobility, which would be claiming it. I'll have a conversation. And if nothing else, then I'll teach him in the basement.
And also, I don't know much about magic, but I know that it can be dangerous to practice in the first place, even without the law.
Right.
Do you have children yourself?
No, I find that to be a distraction.
Oh, well, it kind of is. I find myself worrying about my children's safety quite a bit, so I just
You live
wanted
for
to-
nearly 900 years and have children to speak of.
Mhm.
While becoming successful, anyways.
Yes, I just worry for their safety. Is much of what I care about.
They will be safe. He will be safe in this practice. Whatever he chooses, I'll make sure that he has a proper teacher that takes care of him and treats him well.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
And should I look for furniture as we travel to Orland? They should have a little higher end at least.
I mean, anything you find again is of worth, then pick up, why not?
All right.
So, is there anything else you need from me?
Not that I can think of.
Safe travels. As you're going to the library, you find yourself back in the shop with Helena behind the counter. You gonna go speak to her? Hello, dear. It's nice to see you once again.
Nice to see you again.
Your friend was just here not long ago. Picked up a book or two.
Nice.
I mentioned of him.
Sounds interesting of him to do.
Right, he doesn't seem like a reader.
He's not.
Anyways, he picked up one book on mind games and another book on like the communication.
That's interesting.
I did.
I have no idea.
He seems well. He spoke well to me. It's confusing. Anyways,
Very.
he also spoke highly of you. Said you're quite intelligent, just a bit rude.
I don't think I'm very rude.
Speaking of that, so what can I do for you today, dearie? Sorry.
Do you think I can get a book about possibly all the languages in Albastia, or at least the main ones?
I could get you a book of languages, or I could give you. We could sell you the entire encyclopedia of languages.
Oh,
You already have a Dwarvish,
how much would the whole encyclopedia be?
so let's see. There are. Let's see. Let me pull up my my language sheet here for Albastia because there's 2, 3 homebrew, 4 homebrew languages.
Oh,
20 languages.
okay.
So there's 19 more copies.
Mhm.
Your dear friend, at this point, I'll sell you them for 3 gold per copy.
Okay.
So that'd be. Hold on.
I'm fucking.
Bad math.
Shouldn't ask me to do math.
3, 57 gold.
Okay. Take that.
All right.
And
Now I'll sell them to you and put them in like a sack that will contain them.
okay.
It's not like a bag of holding or anything. It's a bag. When you put your hand into it, it'll put you to a bookshelf.
Oh, that's interesting. And there's another book. Do you have any books about the different schools of magic? It's just like an overall.
I have encyclopedia. I have textbooks on it.
I wasn't looking for anything in particular. I just want to learn more about what all of them do.
Schools of the Arcane. I mean, that we have a course here
Mhm.
called, believe it or not, Arcane 101. The textbook for that is Schools of the Arcane.
Shouldn't it be like Arcane 1110?
No. Schools of the Arcane. It was composed, written by the great Adnan Tabravis. So, good book to read. I can sell that to you for sure. Now, that one, and she pulls on her Rolodex. Her eyes turn purple when the Rolodex spins. As she continues speaking, they're pretty expensive for textbooks. Here it is! And clips it out of the Rolodex. Oh dear. Yeah, so this textbook runs about 150 gold. So 15 platinum.
Uh-huh.
It's only a 101 course, so it's a pretty cheap textbook.
Hold on. How much was the whole encyclopedia? You said
57.
57.
$3 per encyclopedia.
Let me do some maths. How much was the whole 150 for the textbook? Okay, I'll do it.
Right. And 3, 2, 1. Close her hand, it's not there. Wow, textbooks. Throughout. Other end of the building. Here we go. Here it is.
What's it called?
Schools of the Arcane. And you might put a parenthesis that it was written by Atlan. And then you have 20 copies in all languages of Albastia.
Sick.
Encyclopedia series. Which are in what's called a book bag.
Yeah. So it'll be 207, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hand over the gold.
Is there anything else I can get for you?
I think that's all I wanted to look into.
Come back and see me anytime, dear.
I will.
So, anything else you wish to do? Anything else you wish to do?
I'm gonna go to the bookstore.
Okay. So you walk in and see Rauva engaged in conversation. Yeah. No. There's a sack, basically like a drawstring bag, and then there's a textbook. As Rauva's currently pulling gold out of her coin purse.
And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money you're dropping right now.
Knowledge.
Hi.
I bought the whole encyclopedia of languages and the schools of the arcane textbook.
I just need a couple of languages. I speak like 6.
I speak a lot too, but I want to learn more.
I see. Is it to get back at the thinger?
Not at this point. I think it's more of an addiction.
Sorry. Help looking for a book, you say? What book are you looking for?
I'm gonna. So, ever seen one of these before?
It's Chuckle. They're fey creatures.
I heard that they have like magical properties, though. In all the years I've had them, I've never seen them do any magic.
And she looks down at him. Either of you speak Sylvan.
No, I do not.
She begins speaking in a tongue unfamiliar to you. And Hoffman looks at her and perks his ear. And then looks back at her. And he kind of like nestles down into your hands as you're like kind of holding him still on the sides. He's sat on the desk. And when he opens them, a bright like green light emanates from his eyes for a second, and he blinks and it's gone. It's not too magical.
I've kind of had them as pets. Like, I never really, I don't know, asked them to use any magic before. And I kind of wanted to read a book about jackalopes.
Alright, so like a jackalope, a craft guide to jackalopes or something. Alright. Her eyes turn purple, and this Rolodex begins spinning. And she like her face looks dull, like she's like phasing out, but she carries conversation. Jackalopes are such interesting creatures. I had one as a child when I came to this university, and her name was Liliana, and oh, here it is! And she pulls out a card and hands it to you. Now, that'll be 3, 2, 1, and hands you a textbook, a book. No, that'll be 10 gold. You showed me a beautiful creature, so.
Sweet. I didn't have to spend as much money as you.
The textbook.
And then the whole encyclopedia of stuff.
I sold her 19 books at $3.
Yeah.
3 gold per book, so.
Very excited.
Pretty good deal. We're gonna slap that 10 gold.
He takes it, pockets it, or puts it in the register. Well,
I have all of them.
she has one. No, keep in mind, it takes a bit to learn to read to speak a language, but you can also use these books to translate if necessary, until you know the language well enough. Imagine learning all 20 languages. You skin me.
I think I'd cry.
I already know about a few.
So, anything else I can get you, you ladies?
I think so.
Right. Well, you have a great day. Come back and see me. Sorry, what's your name? I am Helena. I don't think we've reached it. Oh, yes, you're Rauva.
I didn't give you
I don't know your name.
Dyrr.
Oh,
In this library. A couple of years. 37 or something like that. You were never in the library bookstore.
Yeah.
You didn't buy textbooks.
Only-
Which you didn't buy here. Iris just gave it to you. That would be our teacher's pet. Have a wonderful day, ladies. I look forward to thinking you again sometime soon. And if you're interested, enroll in the college. I mean, I don't know if either of you have ever attended a school before, but... Where have you been?
you know,
Right?
the rounds.
You're a bard, aren't you?
Maybe.
You don't get to be...
Here's some-
You don't get to be that brightly coloured and not be a bard.
Look, bring your my boots.
In my 37 years, I've had 4 bards walk in here. You're the 5th.
Interesting. What can I say?
No, you prefer to go get drunk.
That sounds like a good idea. You want to get drunk later?
No. Anything else I wish to do?
Oh, but I have a question for you.
Sure.
Remember that bag of holding I got in the temple? It's more of a satchel, you said, right?
Mhm.
Could I just put the books in there?
Make an Arcana check.
I'm guessing no.
Put the books in there, maybe. Yes.
Or at least a textbook.
The textbook, definitely. You could put the books in there, but you have to pull them all out of the book.
Oh, not those ones. I was gonna put the textbook.
Please don't make a black hole.
I was gonna put the
It's
textbook.
kind of like you can't put shulker boxes in shulker boxes Minecraft.
Anyways, I was gonna put in the textbook, the wild magic book, and the how to cope with your grandpa,
Oh, yeah.
who has Alzheimer's. And I'll put the other encyclopedia one into the other encyclopedia.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you just can't put the bag inside of the bag.
Yeah. Anyways, so could I just get rid of my backpack?
Emily, you can
That was
sell
holding
it.
my other books.
Yeah, you could give that away or sell it if you want.
How about I'm gonna take all my book. I'm gonna go into like a
They have like
one of the
cubicles.
shelves. Yeah. I'm gonna transfer everything, and I'm gonna leave the bag there.
Okay. So you go and sit down and like pull everything out of your bag and set it out, and then put it into your other bag.
Yeah.
Okay. And your spell book goes in there as well in your bag holding. So you leave the backpack behind for a needy bard one day.
A needy.
Wizards come to school with bags. Bards come to school with guitars.
Free bag.
So, is there anything you wish to do before we begin heading towards Orvin? Okay. So, anything you all wish to go to the marketplace or shop or anything for?
I'd like to find a forge.
Okay, yeah, the marketplace would definitely have a blacksmith area.
Alright.
So the marketplace is a vibrant place. It's very. There are in the center like a lot of what's the word I'm looking for here? Stalls, and then there are shops lining the outside.
Alright.
And there is a blacksmithery shop sort of on the side.
Hello.
Running it looks to be a dwarf, who is very old looking, gray hair, burned, like sunburnt, completely.
How are you, kinsman?
Oh, hello there. Oh, local.
Oh no, I'm up from Ephron.
Oh, used to be there for a while myself. What can I do for you?
Uh, I know it's a weird question, but could I possibly just purchase some materials and use your forge for myself?
I see no issue with that.
I just need to make a small sign, essentially.
Sure, not a problem. What are you needing?
Of some wood, some iron, and just use of your tools, of course.
Trade me 50 gold.
Alright. I'll just slide him 5 platinum.
Many appreciation. He steps aside.
Right. And I'll go ahead and just make the sign for hanging above the bar.
Yeah.
Like the actual bar.
Mhm.
Okay. And essentially, it's just like a wooden, like Viking style shield. So like a round shield. And then I chisel into it the name.
Go ahead.
Alright. So the full name of the bar is hold on.
You have to look it up.
No, I know it. I just want to make sure. Okay, it's Uburvulur Voga Ormi.
Yep.
Which means overflow brewhouse.
In Dwarvish.
Yeah. And then I'll just make my way and just hang that above the bar.
Awesome. Easy enough. So, eventually finding all yourselves back at the caravan. Chuck is currently like laying on the inside of the caravan, just knocked out.
He's inside of the.
No, he's laying on the floor. I wanted to check everything.
Sweet. I mean, we won't have to take all the horses this time.
Do what?
We won't really have
Yeah.
to take all the horses.
If you don't want to take the horses, you can. Although, with Farron coming along, Rauva coming along, and Chuck coming along, I guess you're making your horse, right? Farron would like to ride his as well.
Yeah.
He's gotten quite fond of it.
Just gonna chill in the back and jam.
Yeah.
Oh, we should probably just hitch up
Yeah.
Chuck's horse here.
Yeah, well,
Oh, there's like literally no chance for him to wander.
Honestly.
yeah, we'll go ahead and say that the party decides to hitch up the pony over at the tavern
All right.
and manage to convince the barkeep to take care of the horse.
All right. And it's like pretty warm here, right? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just take off my coat and
Okay.
fold it up and put it inside one of the compartments.
On the cart?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So, leaving the area, there are signs pointing you in the direction of Orvin. For context, it's going to take you guys probably a day of travel over the mountain. So, anybody who is, everybody except for Lily, go ahead and make a survival check.
I'd be sitting back, playing on my file.
Yes.
And that one.
All right.
Who's gonna bug me
Pretty much. Lily, Robin?
17.
Okay. So, leaving the city, you guys travel about 4 or so hours. Quickly getting to the base of the mountains that kind of like are towards the western side. I had like it wasn't pizza, it was like a weird throat clearing thing. To the western side of Stenros, it took you guys about 2 hours to get to the base of the mountains. Eventually, Wulf dozes off at the reins. But Theron manages to come over and wake you up as he rolled a natural 20. And save you from veering too far off the path. Chance like it's that one, thank goodness. On the way there, it is not snowy, but you can see the mountains are snow-capped because they are so high. There are a few villages or not villages, I mean like farmhouses along the path, and there's one house that looks to be mostly abandoned and fallen over. But you make it to the mountains, seeing no real issues. Let's go ahead and get everyone to make a survival check for the entire party as you guys do the mountain travel. Probably getting you guys right about into the end of the day.
Right.
15.
19.
10.
It's just Chuck and Fahrenheit for roll.
Yeah.
Chuck has like this weirdly weird acid reflux in the back of the on the back of the cart eventually, and like throws up off the side, but he makes it okay. Getting up towards the top of the mountain, you guys as you get to the top, you look down and can see Orvin, probably another 4 or 5 hours off. This is a very tall peak, not the highest. I think only one of you has been at the highest peak on the continent.
Fine.
That would be you, as you live inside of the highest peak in the continent.
Oh, ye.
But it is very tall, and it looks to be 4 or so hours, 2 to 4 hours to travel back down into Orvin. However, about an hour off from that, so meaning about a mile from where you are now, at the rate you guys are traveling on the mountain path, you see a familiar shape. About 75 feet into the air. What looks to be the same tavern you guys avoided before.
What the heck?
Well, he said there was some kind of mechanism, so it sounded like it's moving.
Maybe. Or it could be something else.
How was moving
Oh,
town?
no, that's what I was gonna say. Like, okay, Owl.
So there's that. It is not on the path this time. It's a bit off a little ways towards maybe the north side of the mountain. But if you all would like to stop by, there would be a detour. However, if you're continuing along, you guys have about 4 hours to Orvin. What would you all like to do? Don't make a decision based on me either. This was written out.
I mean, seeing as it's there again, we should probably check it out. At least a little.
This time I'm like, I just want to keep going.
Okay.
'Cause I wanted to check it out the last time, but now I just want to keep going. But
Okay.
Yeah.
And you?
it's cold.
It is chilly up here.
Heavy clouds.
You dwarf, so.
And we have
I'll
dress.
just toss you my covered.
Yeah, you and Chuck both see it. Chuck wants to continue along because he's cold as well.
You're not that much taller than me. Plus, I'm thick.
That's true.
We could get cuts in there. Hot chocolates.
Fair looks over at all of you. I'm a bit impartial. I don't really care one way or the other. I'm down to stop. I could use a nail, but I'm also down to keep going. We could get to nail in the city, so.
I guess we're going.
I'm gonna take out my last little barrel. Tap it and toss it up to him.
Oh. Anybody else want some? It'll make you warm.
Drink a little too much. Let everyone else try it first.
See it. It's not her. He leans back.
Honestly.
Okay.
You can take a big swig.
It's pretty good ale. It's maybe the best ale you've had. Random. On to the Odd Tavern, I suppose. Might as well. So making your way over there. It is as you get closer that you can see that there are hitch posts, not far off, like right on the side of it, basically. They seem to like eject and stick down into the sand, or not the sand, the snow.
Are we on the beach now?
Sorry. And at this point, you guys are like sort of at the end of the snow cap, so it's not as cold, but still pretty freaking cold. There is one simple door on the side, and on the side of it, I gotta look up the name of it again because so
Tavern.
yeah, it's the first one I'm looking for. The Traveling Tankard Tavern. Yep. So making your way inside, it is much larger than it should be based on the size of this facility. And there are a bunch of people in here. You can see Drow, you can see Dark Elves, you can see Tiefling, you can see Leonin, you can see Loxodon, you can see almost every race in here is partying. There's a large group of bards on a stage towards the back, and a very active bar where you can see about 3 or 4 different types of people. You see behind the bar, there is a dwarf, there is a human, and there is a tiefling. All of which are very hurriedly passing shots and drinks around and calling out things from here and there. You also see a sign that points up that just says shop.
Just
And a staircase. As you walk in, the human. Welcome! Welcome to the Traveling Tankard. Please, find yourselves a seat, make your way up to the shop. I'm happy to have you here.
Do you guys sell jackets in the shop?
Some things in the shop.
I'm gonna go to the shop.
Okay. Resting.
Go up to the shop there.
go.
Shop. Farron goes and grabs an ale and then follows you up to the shop. Making your way up to the top, the shop is not like a walk-around shop. There's a desk and a door. Or like it's like a. I'm trying to think. Coat check in at like a place. It's like just a window. And behind them is a door. Currently, everyone make a perception check actually. Just see what all you get out of this. Gold character sheet. Wolf.
22.
Rauva.
11.
And Lily.
Net 20.
Dang, it's your first good roll of the campaign.
I rolled a yeet.
Behind this desk, you all can see what looks to be about 3 feet tall, currently elevated though, a purple-colored frog person, who has beady red eyes, who expects you, oh, John, messenger for you.
I straight up forgot that grung existed.
It is a grung.
Yeah.
Is it grung?
He's a grung. So he's purple. He's very small. He has these deep red eyes. Let's see. He actually, all of you make an insight check. Holly?
17.
Wolf?
22.
Not one.
You both, but you especially, feel inclined to trust. No. Oh, what do you need? I'm sorry.
Right. Your tankard is on and up, and it's been cold.
Show me your jacket. What's the nice?
Needs it?
How often do you think your character's shirt size, huh?
Right. Yeah.
And what's color are you interested in? Like white and blue. Oh. One moment, please. And he hops behind the bar. Or hops behind the door. A few moments pass and he comes back with comes back on top of a metal mechanism that essentially is like a walking, it's like think of the Mars rover, but instead of a head, it's like a metal frame with water in it. And he's soaking in it currently as he comes back holding a red and white coat. All right, one coat.
Very nice.
Yeah, it is like red and white stripes, so very thick wool.
Huh.
Oh, sorry, blue. Sorry.
That's real good.
Dude. Well, that's nice. I'll still do it for 15 gold.
That seems pretty pricey for a coat.
Maybe it's mission.
Great, because I rolled a 2. 9.
It's a coat in a mountain. I call that demand and supply.
You defeated me. I'm just gonna push over some 15 gold.
Thank you for that. And he pockets it. You're not talking anything I can get for you.
I was also hoping to buy a coat.
What colors and what size?
Medium and, I don't know, something that looks pretty.
Don't spin for me.
Like,
Right.
very awkward spin. Just imagine the most awkward spin. It's like,
Tell me a bit about yourself. Like, something, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to read.
Mm.
I like to learn things. And I like to meet people.
Figuring kind of leans over. She's quite the bully.
That's not true. And I like animals.
And what exactly do you think is her, like, aesthetic?
Book.
All Rauva do is read book.
Academia.
Academia. And cast spell.
Very hard.
Nerd.
I'm gonna lead in.
No!
She's kind of a nutter.
Huge nerds. Over here, like,
Fair.
constantly.
Goth. And he like looks away, chuckles.
And Varen has a crush on her.
It's not true. And
God.
he walks down the stairs.
Purple.
It's just my skin color.
Damn it. Do you want to be more tough looking or do you want to continue this soft persona?
Soft.
Right. I'll leave like in a moment. And the little rover goes back behind. It tends to a couple of options. Your friends think you're goth, so I've got this, and he lays out a silver leather jacket. Pretty cool. Like spikes. Spikes in the collar. I thought it was nice.
For someone else, it would be.
Alright. Farrah looks at Weird like, just kidding, no. He is not goth.
It's the first time.
Girl.
Well, that's true. I've also got this, and he sets down a very fluffy, like the Nordstrom jackets that are like puffy.
Like the Michelin Man?
Michelin Man. It's very cute. And it's like it's got the puffy so the trim on it is basically I don't know. I'm trying to think of the color scheme that I want to go with exactly here, but I'm gonna say the trim on it is purple, and then the jacket itself is like lime green. But it's still, I mean, that's the color those jackets are. They're gross. And then the last one,
I'm a lot like Joker.
I forgot about that. No, it's a dark purple. The last one The last one I'm gonna ask Dana to come up with because I'm not a fashion designer and I can't think of a good day. Every time I try to make every time I try to think of aesthetic for Rauva, I can't.
I can't either.
So I just give you 2 random ones and I let Dana choose the third.
Sorry, give it.
I'm thinking like something very soft.
Okay, so you know in like fall like the sweaters that have like the cuff sleeves, it's like a little bit puffy.
Yeah.
And it kind of like goes across like that, and it comes with, down with buttons. And it's like a soft purple, like think lilac purple,
That's perfect.
and it has like accents of white on it, and little white snowflakes on it.
That's cute. I'm like, that one is literally perfect.
I'm thinking this one here. I'm gonna go for 10 gold.
You've got it.
And he hands it over to you and grabs the other 2. Quite sad. The goth one would have been nice. He folds it and puts it away.
For me.
Anything else for you? Well, thank you for coming to my tavern. I'm quite thankful. If you ever see me, feel free to stop by. Stop at the shop, stop and get something to drink, please, while you're here. Feel free to go downstairs and have an ale or 2 and enjoy the bards.
So this is your tavern.
It's my whole thing. I built it.
It's impressive.
Keep going with. Well, obviously, this entire thing is magical.
Right.
No?
Mechanical.
It's mechanical.
Different M.
I'm an artificer, so I do have my magical flair. But, conveniently, and he digs her out in his fishbowl, pulls out a symbol of nobility and wipes it on his chest. I know, so.
Nice.
And drops it back in the fishbowl.
What? Why is it so tall?
The building.
Yes.
Why are you so short?
Oh. Oof.
Well,
Yeah.
a mommy dwarf and a daddy dwarf love each other very.
When your daddy Grong wants to build something, this is what you get.
But you are small.
Look, all I'm going to say is, I am familiar with some of the most in-depth and adept forms of craftsmanship. I know a lot about how to make things function the way I need them to, and how to make things do it I want them to do. So I get very excited. I might have gotten carried away, it kind of got bigger in the top, and I didn't mean it to. I just left it there, so. Just...
Very cool.
You ever see me, feel free to stop.
I'm gonna head downstairs.
Okay. You? Same? Downstairs, Farron's sitting at the bar getting another ale and like quickly drinking it.
I'm gonna go up to him and be like, watch this.
Okay.
Go to a random person
Okay.
and try to talk to
Roll
them.
the D100.
Hey, I have to prove him wrong. Let's just hope this goes as bad as I think it does.
You want it to go bad?
I do, because I know it's gonna go bad. I don't have any hope for her. Hey, there is no hope. I'm gonna pick 2 random ones. Oh no.
Oh no.
66.
Wow, that's twice we've hit 66%.
That's terrifying.
Well, tonight, not in this video, but. Okay. So, as you say that to Farron, who's a little tipsy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to what I don't mind, and watches as you take off. And you find sitting at the table, a female tabaxi, who's sort of like into her wine glass, leaning across the table. You walk up to her and say,
Hold on. Hello.
"Hello there. How can I help you?"
They just wanted to strike up conversation with an interesting looking person.
Oh, you're very interesting. And why is that?
I shouldn't have said it that way. Not interesting looking, but you look like you'd be an interesting person to talk to.
Racist.
Racist.
Just by the bar. Like in the tavern at this point. Alright, I understood what you meant. No worries. So starting the conversation is hello, you don't have any context.
Huh?
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I've never met a tabaxi before.
That part might be racist.
Oh,
That was me, not her.
though. As you can tell.
Your coat.
Thank you. I just got it, and I'll do a little spin.
It's yeah, nice. Good job. So you've never met the tabaxi. Where are you from?
The end of Dyrr.
Oh, Design. I had a friend then.
Oh, who might that be?
He used to be an adventurer. He's a human. And mechanical arm.
Interesting.
The missing eye. His name is Ulfric.
Oh, I know him.
Oh, really?
He's my neighbor.
That's really weird.
I know. I have his eye.
Right? Get it to your head?
No.
Okay. No, you can't just start the bar. You laugh now.
Hilarious.
You laugh now.
But yeah.
Why did he give you his eye?
So I can keep an eye on my family. Well, ha! Oh yeah, eye!
Right. That was, I mean, you're a jokester, really, please. Again. I'm not sure. It's weird to meet new people.
It is! But I'm just trying to prove that guy wrong, and I'll point back at,
Yeah, that's true.
yes.
Don is watching us incessantly.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
Mhm.
He's not. I mean, why do you need to prove him wrong?
Because he says I can't talk to people. Or I don't know how.
I mean, you started by saying hi,
Yeah.
then immediately told me I was interesting looking,
I didn't even like
and then didn't know you were telling a joke. I think you're getting the hang of this.
Thank you.
Tell him when you go back to him that we had a really invigorating conversation with great outcome, and that you learned my name.
Which is?
Make one up. Make up a name.
Did you just give me your
We
name?
don't tell people my name.
What if I told you my name?
It wouldn't really make a difference.
Oh.
I'll make one up for you.
Okay.
Gentra. She's just a DM.
Right.
Oh, frick. Well. We, just had a few
They did
journeys. We had a few journeys together. He saved me a time or two. I saved him a time or two. We fought a time or two. I cut off his arm.
Oh.
They dated.
Okay. And was this like just friends? Or more?
If it was more, I'd probably be there, right?
That's true, but most times it doesn't work.
Make an insight check.
This lady is so interesting. That'll be a 16.
16. You feel like she's telling the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a good pal.
Good pal.
So,
Oh, my name is Rauva.
oh, nice to meet you, Rauva.
Nice to meet you, Gentra.
Thank you. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Right. Well, thank you for choosing me to start the conversation with. I was just sitting here, so
Enjoy the rest of your sitting.
enjoy the traveling tankers. So you make your way back over there. Okay, Theron's sitting there. Really, I'm quite impressed. You carried a whole conversation for a total of about 3 minutes, so
Yeah. It's pretty good. Riveting conversation.
how did it go?
Riveting.
Did you learn anything new?
Her name, and that she knows Ulfric. I don't know if you know.
I know who Ulfric is, and we lived in the...
What? I don't know.
You know who my father is, right? Like, I kinda know everyone. I'm kind of a big deal. Once it's a big deal. He looks down at his ale and finishes it. So, he looks at all of you. Are we going to stay here for a while, or head back down towards Orvund?
Your eyes, anybody know Ulfric? You didn't tell me.
I thought I did.
No, you didn't. You said you can trust me, and you drag me down to the basement.
Forgot to tell you.
She's right, you did just kind of cover her mouth and drag her down the stairs.
I forgot. But I do know Ulfric. I have his eye
Why do you have his eye?
to watch my family.
What?
He's a human man.
That's
Man with a weird arm. And
Fake eye.
it's my neighbor. And a fake eye.
well, that's cryptic.
Oh, he's really a cryptic man.
He is!
He sort of just like stays in his home, and then around 4 p.m. comes out and sharpens his sword.
Yep, which is an arm.
Well, his arm, it comes in and he puts the sword inside of him, and then
Yeah.
Bobby told me to go look for him or something.
We have to go.
your friend Dombe knew him. Your friend's name is Oscar.
Oh, it's not Oscar, it's Dobby.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Slow.
I didn't know that either.
It's good to know. We should. Oh, I was gonna say we should talk to him, but
Oh.
Well, he knew. Well, apparently he knew about the Forgotten Blow and Ulfric.
I mean about the Forgotten Below.
Hmm.
Well, the Romford told him. Did Romford mention the Forgotten Below to you?
Yes.
Right. Interesting. Well, shall we make like a baby in Scram? Might have had one too many. Might have had one too many, I said.
Baby Scram.
I was going to say make like a baby and head out, but
That's because.
That's not
my one too many made me say Scram. So,
Like a baby.
Well,
make like a baby in Scram.
What the?
So. Sorry, I like.
Oh, I'm warm now.
Yeah, you guys are warm now. You were never cold.
I wasn't not complaining anymore about the cold.
I grew up in
Which
the
makes Farron very happy. So, continuing along the path, can I get one more survival check?
what, boys?
17.
15.
Indiana, if you can see the city from here, so. Continuing along the travel, because this path is frequented, you haven't seen any, like... Okay. Like I said, this this road is frequented between Senros and between Orvin, so it's not a very, terrifying road to travel.
Mhm.
And the remaining 4 hours pass by, and eventually you find yourselves outside of the walled city of Orvin. So, you've been to Orvin. You have been to Orvin. No.
Yeah.
But they're very tall, probably 50-foot walls surrounding the city. And the city is on an incline up into the mountain.
Mhm.
Towards the top of the mountain is a very large castle. It has tall spires all around it, and it is also additionally walled in. It is known as the Citadel. As the two of you would know. And it has its own little courtyard, and in front of it is the marketplace.
Is it still cold?
No.
Okay.
It's full, like a crisp 75. It's not really cool. It's like moderate. And there's no snow here. But making your way through the main gates from this direction,
Is he covering up or no?
Baron, he never did. He kept his cloak off the whole time. He wasn't really thinking about the weather. He was focused on how beautiful everything was. He was locked in the Underdark and then was locked in the basement of the tavern for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's about to be again, loser.
So, as you all make your way into the city, it is very weird. It's a lot like Senros, but like for some reason, the mood is just generally a little darker. And there's a lot more vibrant steampunkness here. There are many trolleys going in all directions. There are airships coming in and landing towards the top of the mountain, just behind the citadel. There are guards and military plastered across this place, none of which seem to be paying any attention to you all. Well, pay any additional attention than they would to you all. Theron, oh, sorry, that's what you meant by does he cover?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, then I would have too.
Yeah, you would have too. He does cover.
He was like, what?
I thought you meant like with the cold. I realized I like went on this whole tangent about how he wasn't thinking about the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
No, he does cover in Orvin. Are you doing anything? Or are you just walking in as yourself?
I'm gonna change to a purple t-shirt.
Okay. Are you gonna put your coat on, I assume?
I think there's enough people here that nobody will really know what it is, and if they do, then they probably follow the same thing.
Continuing on, a few people do pay attention to you with two cloaked figures, though.
Oh.
With you at the front, they trust that you all are not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Actually, while I'm in the cart and it's covered, I'm not gonna change.
I figured. I just made you step out of it. To the two of you, this is a familiar sight. Maybe one of you more than the other. You know, you guys have spent considerable amounts of time here, and it is very familiar. Granted, much different than when either of you were last year. It is busy. You can hear the talk about general concern, and you can see people being shackled and thrown in the back of carts, dragged towards the palace. Most of which, none of which wearing symbols of nobility, all of which looking to have some sort of religious symbol on them. Change the vibe. This doesn't feel like it fits. Boop, boop, boop.
What time is it about?
I would say it's roughly 4 p.m. Maybe 6.
Is there a carpenter?
Like a shop?
Yeah.
There would probably be one, but in the marketplace that you walk in the direction of.
Okay.
I got this lost in a stutter loop.
I'm gonna look for a carpenter.
Yeah, make an investigation check. Are you all looking for anything particular in the marketplace? Anything at all, Lily?
That's a nat 20 plus 2.
Is that old shop that I went to the first time still there?
Remember what it was called?
Treasure's Trove?
Yeah. I might not remember all of it because it's been like 2 months since your 0 session. But yeah. So 22?
Total, yeah. With a nat 20.
Yeah, you see a place marked Hassani Carpentry.
I'll make my way in.
Okay. So the cart kind of like in the parking lot for the marketplace.
Parking lot.
Which kind of is one. And there are a few carts there that have no horses on them.
Alright.
So making your way in there. It smells like sawdust. You know, it's just a basic wood shop that has various trinkets built around. Bits of furniture here and there.
Hello?
A few moments later, a few people come out. Or one specific human man looks to be thicker, comes out. Oh, hello there.
Hi, so I can see that you all make furniture.
We can make anything you need, yes.
How fancy do you generally go?
We've done a few pieces for the palace, but roughly I would do mostly noble work.
Mostly noble work. Well, I just bought a tavern, and I would like to put some nice furniture in there, liven the place up a bit. Uh, doesn't have to be too nice. But for the living quarters and for the downstairs, which is going to be sort of just a hangout area, I would like some pretty nice furniture, comfortable and looks good.
What variety of furniture?
Oh, some chairs, tables, maybe a couple sofas.
Sure. Like dining tables, or just like end tables, or
A mix of the two, yes.
so you have to like essentially furnish your living quarters area.
Yes, and maybe just a couple tables for the bar.
Sure. I mean, we can do the work here and trek it over to wherever you need. Is it in town?
No, it's sorry, gotta look at the name of it now again.
Senros.
It's in Senras.
Sure. I mean, sure. That's only a day's travel, anyways.
Yeah.
So we can make it here and have it shipped to Senros and assembled and done for you, essentially.
All right, and we can set it up. If you would just assemble it, then we can move it
Sure. Yeah.
into place and such. As well as just a door, just a plain door.
Oh, sure. That's not an issue at all. Um, I believe I could probably handle all that you need for the whole bed set, nobler into things. Uh, well, we could go with sorry, I've even thought about this. I'm thinking. Probably 1,500 gold.
1,500, no problem.
Fair enough. So drop off your location, and I'll have it there in roughly 2 weeks' time.
All right. It will be at the Overflow Ale House.
Fair enough.
It's just directly across the street from the Bard's College.
All right. He takes a couple of notes on his clipboard.
By then we should have the sign above the door, but it won't be hard to find.
All right. Anything else I can do for you?
Not that I can think of. Thank you.
Thank you. So,
Then I'll just go find the rest of the people.
you guys going anywhere? You just kind of chilling by the cart.
I'm just gonna show him the cart for him.
Okay. There are a variety of people, though none of them seem to be undercommon people. Or underdark people, rather. There are orcs, there are goblin, there are a lot more warforged running things, like taking things from one place to another. There are like a battalion of warforged, 3 or 4 of them patrolling an area with guns at their sides. There is a large military outpost directly in front of the castle, which you all are kind of vibing at right now. And there are a lot of human, there are a lot of tiefling, there are a lot of orc. There are several warforged in armor, or in clothing, all kind of training and holding post outside of the citadel. So, in Orvund, there are many spires to the city aside from the palace as it kind of descends down the side. It is a beautiful city, but just surrounded and overshadowed by this general sense of sadness by what is happening. As you all kind of meander in the area of the marketplace, you can hear a few people holding up paper shouting, "News alert! There are people trying to take on King Atasatan and his empire! Train! Sorry, you've got to take this in! Explodes outside of Prindale!" 110 guards and military dead, 34 civilians. Are we at war? Pick up a paper today. Continues walking along, shouting out.
I'm gonna pick up the paper.
It'll be 3 gold.
3. It better be a very good paper.
You're in the capital for a reason.
Alright.
He hands you a thick paper. The title just says, "Are we at war?"
Alright.
Guys, the paper.
And you can see an image, like a picture underneath the "Are we at war" of Glendale in flames. As you turn it over onto the other side, the secondary headline, it says "Clifton in shambles, executioner slaughtered. Should we be worried?" It has an image of the guillotine in Clifton, just the top of it.
For a second, patience, guys.
No, it's still the first page. It's folded in half, so it's like top, back.
Wow, first page, guys.
Twice.
Yeah.
You all are free to explore Orvund or find yourself a place to bed down for the evening. At this point, it's probably getting close to around 6:30 p.m.
Okay.
Is there anything you all wish to do other than try to find a place to rest? Probably in a tavern you'd find one. There's not really anything posted exactly where you guys are at. There's a very large, busy-looking tavern here,
What do you say we go party?
Okay.
and it's just called King's Hall. I have pizza in front of me. I can't take notes. So, are you all going to make your way into that?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the King's Hall is like stone and mortar building. There's a small window frame, very cottage-esque, cottage core. It has thatch roof with a chimney coming out the top, and it's a very large-looking, rounded-off cornered building, very in the very center backside of the market. So making your way in, it is bustling. There's a nice fire going in the fireplace. There is a bard strumming away on a viol. Strumming away on a lyre next to the fire, singing a few songs out. There are all kinds of people in here, most of them trashed. It is definitely a party of sorts. It is also like surrounded all around by different mechanisms flying around. There's mechanisms flying, carrying plates by like helicopter blades, basically drones, to different tables. Behind the bar, you see a warforged, who is essentially standing there, and then next to him, excuse me, a red-skinned tiefling who's barking orders at him. She's a female red-skinned tiefling who's barking orders at the warforged as he prepares an ale or makes a meal or something. What would you all like to do?
What time is it?
Around 6:30.
I'm gonna ask Theron if he can watch me in the cart for a minute.
Sure. And he stands outside of it. I don't have to get into it.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. And he climbs in.
I want to try to see my family, and I can't see when I'm like this, so.
No problem. Happy to sit back and watch. Okay. And he places it to your forehead.
Do my eyes, like, turn that white purple again?
Is there a fighting pit?
No.
Aw.
Make an investigation check while I deal with this. So, as you place it to your forehead, at first you just see black, and then you see like black clothing. Don't do me again.
Can't say anything back.
No. Well, just in your family then. And he walks over to the door, undoes like 15 latches,
Yeah.
swings it open. There you go. And he watches his hand comes up and holds open his eyelid. Your house looks stable. You can see outside of it right now. Your dad is like currently like taking care of some of the small garden he has. Your mom's behind him, fixing out the light fixture. You can see both of your sisters are like playing around in the garden. And wow, the names just escaped me. I had the names in mind.
Kazia and
That's the one. The other one's
the little one.
Yeah. It's the middle one that I forgot.
No, Malda. Something like that.
Okay, yeah.
I forgot to.
I think it's Malda. Malda, as she's chasing after Kazdia, who's acting completely rambunctious, of course, steps into one of your dad's like radish patches and stop that! And he chases after them too. They're just having a family moment without you.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I know.
He kind of stands there for a moment. Don't go yet. Closes the door behind him and walks across the street, hobbling over to your mother. Oh, Ulfric, hello. Malva. What can we do for you? You rarely come across. And he's, your daughter's on the line. Prompts the opening again. She says hello. And she looks at him, looks at the eye, and he kind of blinks and points at it. She can see through it right now. Oh, hello. We hope you're being safe. Don't die. Of course, we haven't heard anything. Your father killed a bear. We love you. How do I hang up? And he, goodbye. And he closes his eye. Your eyes. Oh, sorry. Went to her voice. Kind of Fenlin's voice, actually. Your eyes turn this weird, like purple, silver, white.
Yeah.
Are you a warlock?
No.
You are demonic.
Yes.
Checking in on the family. How are they doing?
Huh?
How's your family doing?
Good. Malva's chasing Kazdia. Ruining the garden again.
Sounds about right. Glad they're doing well. Shall we make it outside then?
Yes.
So the two of you walk in.
18.
18. So you kind of like look around. There's not a fighting pit. But you see like a larger, brute-looking human who's kind of like propped up against one of the doors in the back. He looks very thick and like he'd probably fight.
I'm gonna get an ale, and I'm gonna make my way over to him.
Regal.
Okay. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it look like I tripped, but spill it all over.
Make a performance check. 16. As you trip and kind of throw the glass, trip and kind of throw the glass, it flies and clocks him in the chest and shatters on his chest. Oh. Hey! What's your problem, small boy?
Well, it appears you owe me another drink.
It appears you owe me another shirt.
I wouldn't be so sure.
You're quite cocky for a small one.
Sure, we'll call it that.
Make an intimidation check. He's gonna come to. Oh.
When do we walk in?
Right around now, probably.
Not great. 14.
He rolled a natural 2.
I just lost so bad.
I'm gonna go stay by the way.
So you won't hear them yelling at each other. There's no one to think you're smart coming in and tripping. I'm gonna buy you performance.
What performance?
You pretended to trip me through that glass at me. You can't trip and throw a glass and shatter it on a man's chest.
How many times have you tripped?
Not very often, mind you.
See, they've got these uneven floors. Anything can happen.
You think the floors are uneven, like the tavern's unkept?
I never said that.
What did you say?
I said that I tripped. You owe me another drink.
And he stands, like, walks up and, like, gets over you. Or if you're going to buy your own drink and buy me a shirt.
I don't think so. I'm gonna push him a little bit.
Looks like wearing an impasse. What do you recommend?
I recommend you go buy me a drink.
He reaches towards his side where you can see a blade. I recommend you get out of my face.
Stand back. There's about to be a bar fight.
Oh yeah, I might actually die.
Stand in front.
Aaron walks in, kind of like stands on the other side of you. What are they doing?
Is there like a
Just trying to pick a fight.
is there like an empty chair nearby?
Yeah, though he was sitting across from one.
Alright, I'm gonna sort of walk over to it and like
As you walk away, he's like, "That's what I thought." And he sits back down in his chair.
I'm gonna like grasp the chair and I'm gonna pick it up and smash him.
Roll an attack. Add your strength and your proficiency.
Is there any like wine or anything?
Yeah, you can easily buy a wine from her.
I'm gonna get some wine.
Okay, so the team looks at you. Oh, do you want some wine? 5 gold.
Okay.
Red or white?
Red.
All right. Just for a red wine. The Warforged. Yes, ma'am. And turns around and grabs a glass and pours it. Here you go.
Thank you.
I'll take an ale.
Oh, 3 gold. He grabs a tankard and fills it. Here you go.
Thank you.
He looks at her. Don't say it.
18.
You raise up the chair and smack it into his shoulder as he stands. And we'll pick up there next time.
Nice.
So, thank you everyone for watching. As always, we appreciate having you guys here. We hope you join us next time we venture into Albastia.